This is Monica with Looking for Group. Today I'm here with Esports Operations Lead Alex Moore from Boise State University. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to this.
of course. Thank you so much for your time today. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started right away. I've heard a lot about Boise University's esports program. I want to know how it got started.
Yeah, so in the beginning, it started with our director and head coach, Chris Haskell. He was actually a professor for Boise State, and he taught with kind of alternative teaching methods. And so he started looking into like esports and just seeing what people can, like what other ways you can use to teach people, basically. And he started realizing like, wow, this is actually gonna blow up. There's a lot of potential here. So he immediately just went to like the university and started talking with them and figuring out like, hey, what can we do to actually start building this program out at Boise State? And now we're here 3 years later with a incredible program, and we love it.
Yeah,
And
that is. Oh, sorry. Was there more?
oh, I was just gonna say we're living the dream.
Yeah, it sure sounds like it. I saw one of your live matches against Harrisburg a while ago, and that was interesting, very interesting. Unfortunately, you lost, but
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but it happens.
it happens. Hey, nothing but a little friendly competition here. Um,
Exactly.
so you told me that it stemmed from an academic piece. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So Dr. Axel is a professor. He still actually technically is listed as professor under Boise State. Um, where he's from the education department, so he used a lot of different like online and electronic teaching methods. And so that's kind of how he started looking into it. He just kind of was like, I wonder, can I teach people through video games? Or because like I know there's games people have made for like to teaching like
Right.
programming, and like there's even games for like teaching math to kids and those types of things. So we just started looking into it and just seeing what what kind of potential does this have? Is there something that he could use in his classroom? And he realized it's more than that, not just use it in the classroom. He can use it to actually start building the whole program for the university.
Awesome. So I'm sure you have some students who are really gung ho about the competitive side, wanting to win, wanting to get their hands dirty and get in there and climb the ranks. And then I'm sure you have another side of students who are maybe just, I want a group of friends to play with, a community of like minded individuals. Can you talk to me a little bit about how Boise State might separate those two communities, but also bring them together and make them whole? Like, what are the different styles, I guess, of overseeing those two groups of communities?
Yeah, definitely. We have actually a pretty clear divide between those two groups. Because we're the varsity program, basically just all of our competitive teams. But then we also have a separate club version. It's called Bronco Tournament Gaming, and so that's where the more like casual and people are just looking to have fun, get together, play with friends. And there's plenty of people that like mix between the two. We have a lot of people that like go are playing on our teams, but then on Fridays it's called Fight Club Friday, where they'll join in and play games with each other, and just mix together with that. And then we have not currently, unfortunately, because of current events of COVID holding us back, but we've had like live events where everyone gets to just meet up and talk about the game, play, and just kind of gather together. So it works well for us to have clearly defined separations, but then we still can have events to bring people together, because that's really what everyone
Yeah.
within both programs wants to do, is just play games, have fun, compete.
Yep. Yep. Everybody just wants to play games, and then you have the I want to compete for glory, and I'm okay just, hanging out and playing with my homies. That's all. So, yeah,
Exactly.
I really like that. So, when it comes to the facility, then, how do you determine who uses the facility? What times? Are there protected practice times for your varsity players? What is the dynamic there when they share this space?
Yeah, so that's something we've kind of been slowly evolving
Yeah.
over these past 3 years. Actually, just as a background on me, is I started out as playing for the team. I
Oh,
was a player for the League of Legends team for
okay.
2 years,
What did you play?
and then I played League of
What
Legends,
role?
top
Top
lane.
lane? Who's your main?
Yep. At the time, it was mostly tanks like the
Okay.
Maokai, the Scion, Ornn.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, had a lot of fun with it.
Good.
And then this earlier, I graduated in last fall, and
Congratulations.
Haskell. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and then Haskell offered me a position to start working for the school, and so that's what I've been doing since
That is
February.
wow. Well, congratulations times two.
Yeah,
That's an
thank
awesome
you.
role to find yourself in.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so happy to be here and
Well,
just continue to work in this scene.
yeah, actually, you know what? I have a question that's not on the list that I'd like to pick your brain about because I'm sure students who are
Mhm.
looking at this are wondering, well, how do I do that? How do I go to school and get a job being a coach? So, could you
Mhm.
share maybe one or two tips or tricks that maybe set you apart from other applicants or put you ahead of the eight ball? Any advice?
Yeah, I'd say one of the biggest things that really got Doc to actually kind of notice me and kind of realize was just first, just talk to the people that are leading right now. I have talked to Doc like when I was a student, like, hey, I want to stay within this scene. What can I do? What can I learn? What are those steps I need to take? And just he kind of helped shape me and kind of show what options out there. And then beyond that, it's just kind of proving yourself while you're on the team. I was kind of when I was on the team, I was organizing a lot of things, making sure, all right, Dave, we don't have a Dave, but whoever you are, show up at 7 or just kind of leading and holding people responsible.
Mm-hmm.
And Doc was able to see that and just see that I was kind of we joke about it that I was the team mom.
I love that.
Just making sure everyone's showing up, they've got their juice boxes, they're good to go.
Very cool.
And Doc saw that and was like, hey, he's actually a responsible person. So just asking for advice and doing every above and beyond of what you can right now is what I would suggest to anyone looking to get a position here.
Yeah, it sounds like you just really put yourself out there and you're like, hey, this is my thing and I'm going to show you that it's my thing. So that
Hmm.
is very cool. I had another question that veered off of that, but I've unfortunately lost it. So I hope I'll find it again throughout the
We'll
rest of
come
these
back.
questions.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, there it is. See, you told me it will come back, and
Yep.
there it is. So I'm wondering about the like I guess hierarchy. So you're the esports operations lead. Do you have coaches beneath you that you oversee? What's the dynamic there? What's the whole
Mhm.
structure so we can give an idea of the different positions that exist in this space?
Yeah, so Dr. Haskell is the head coach. He oversees basically all of our teams. And then, but beyond that, though, we have other uh, game coaches or positional coaches, whatever you want to call them. So like we work with Ryu, he's one of our Rocket League coaches, and we have Shifty, he's an incredible Overwatch coach. And so we bring in this other talent that we can just help supplement our knowledge. Because like if you like Doc is incredible. He knows so much about
Mm-hmm.
Overwatch, but it always helps to be able to actually just talk with someone else and just get that outside point of view. So we use what we know and then we'll bring in help wherever we need it.
Okay, so it sounds like that you and Doc kind of take over the organizational structure of things, and then the coaches are like in with the students, telling them how to, doing their VOD review, talking to them about plays and such. Does that make sense? I guess as a summary.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. I'll add that me and Doc are also usually there at the same
Oh,
time.
okay.
Um, we're we as not like well if we have to take a meeting, we'll do a meeting because we trust our coaches and players to do things. But whenever we can, we're always there with the players as well because it just helps us learn more about the game and it helps us kind of use that knowledge in the future and just kind of shape the way things are pointing.
Okay, that makes sense. Sweet. Thank you for being open to those questions I just threw at you. But I thought that was
Yeah,
really cool
no
stuff to talk
problem.
about. So shifting gears a little bit, can you tell me about the facilities? How many computers you have? What kind of computers you're using? Peripherals? Anything that you'd like to share?
Yeah, so we currently have two different spaces. One's called our Omen Battlegrounds. That's our one on campus. We actually just recently got it moved to a new location on campus. But that one has 24 computers. They're all powered by Omen. They've got a, I think, 1070 graphics card. We have 24 in that space, and we're just getting it open now because of COVID
Mm-hmm.
restrictions. We had to kind of change things up. So that's opening actually this week. And then our second space is our Game Pants Arena, which is where we're downtown, and that's where we do all of our live broadcasts and all of our streaming. and our show matches where our players will actually be able to be on stage and playing in front of an audience when we can have an audience.
Right. Right.
Right now, it's only players and production staff that are allowed in there.
Okay.
But in previous seasons, we've been able to have live audiences. We
Yeah.
have a whole seating area with just chairs and bean bags and stuff where people just come and play and hang out.
So have you guys switched to maybe online spectatorship? Do you have a Twitch channel or anything like
We do
that?
have a Twitch channel. Um, we've done a decent amount of online. Like, we won't bring the full team into the arena to play anymore. We'll bring a few potentially, but most of them will play from home. And then all practices are pretty much from home, other than those that like have internet issues and then they can't come to the arena or the battlegrounds to play, just for a more stable connection.
Very cool.
Um,
Do you
but yeah, we especially when things first started, because we've been streaming's kind of one of our biggest things that we really love to push, and we've been doing it for a while now. So when COVID first hit, we started. We were like, how do we continue this streaming? So me and Doc both just grabbed a computer out of our arena and started streaming from home, and that's what we did for basically March through May. But then now with this new semester, we can be back in the arena and actually do a even better stream.
Yeah, I'm sure that it feels like nicer to have a space to work in than doing it all from home. I say as
Yep,
I'm working
definitely.
from home. Um,
Yeah, me too.
so
I'm so like only in the arena when I need to be.
yeah, that makes
Other than that,
sense.
we're from
That
home.
makes sense. Awesome. So, is there anything unique about Boise State's program that you would like any prospective students to know?
Yeah, I think one of the most unique things is our production and our live stream. We try and or not compare ourselves. We try and compete with basically like the professionals. We look towards the LCS and the Overwatch League, and we're just like, oh, that's really cool that they added that. Wait, can we add something like that? Or just kind of always being analytical and finding ways that we can improve our production. We've started like reaching out to our opponents just beforehand and being able to show off their players as well. We just did a stream yesterday where we played against St. Ambrose's Overwatch team,
Okay,
and we talked with them beforehand, got their players' names and all their pictures, and so we were able to show off like a lineup, like, hey, this is our players and this is their
that's so
players, and just kind
cool.
of let everyone see who's in. Yeah,
Yeah.
we really enjoy being able to show off other teams, and we actually brought in the head coach for St. Ambrose
Oh, okay.
as for an interview at the start of it.
I also had an interview with the head coach from St. Ambrose.
Oh, nice.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome, awesome. That is so cool. Yeah, so you'll be able to see his video later on the Looking for Group platform.
Awesome. I'll look for it.
Sweet. So, last question I have here for you today is about the prospective students who are looking on this video. What's one thing that you would want them to know, either generally about the college admission process or about the specific process for applying to Boise State's esports program when it comes to looking for the right school/program?
Yeah, we got a lot of messages and emails, both myself and Doc, of just being like, hey, I really like playing games and I've seen your program, and just like, how do I get started? And what we tell a lot of people is like, let's get some games together. Let's just let us know, and then we'll like grab a few of our varsity players and just play some games and just kind of see how it goes. Let them see how our team actually interacts and get them just the first-hand experience of what being on a collegiate team is like, because so many of our students just before this never really had that much competitive experience, especially in the video game world. Like a lot of them have done sports, but nothing esports
Right.
related. And so it's really cool to be able to show them, hey, kind of this is how it works, this is our process. And then we kind of get down to the nitty gritty, like, okay, here's kind of our requirements. You know, you're a student first, you have to focus on your grades. We want to make sure you're working towards that graduation, because that's really the most important thing, is we're wanting to give people a path to just enjoy their collegiate life a little bit more, have fun while competing, give
Right.
them opportunities for scholarships. But the end goal is to just continuously help people graduate and get them into jobs that they love.
Just like you.
Yeah,
You're a
exactly.
success story. That is excellent.
Yep.
So, if a student would want to start playing, do some scrims just for fun with your team, how would you recommend they get in contact?
So the best way would just email us. It's esports@boisestate.edu.
Okay.
And then we also have our Discord, which is linked to our, or connect. You can find the link to it on our Twitter or on our website, which is esports.boisestate.edu.
All right. Sounds great. Well, thank you so much.